So I took this photo about a minute after arriving at this castle, and it looks complete, right? Framing, atmosphere, it does the job. But I stayed. I wandered around for another 30 minutes, photographing completely unrelated things. Not because I knew what I was looking for, but because I didn't. And somewhere in that process, a different photograph showed up. This video is about why your first idea is rarely the one, and what changes when you stick around a little bit longer. So let me back up and give you some context quickly. These photos are from Yokote Castle in Yokote City, a quiet countryside town in northern Japan. It's not really a tourist destination. I was visiting a friend on the JET program. There's no crowds, the castle is kind of just there, and when you walk up, there's a pretty clear path that delivers you straight to the front of it. This was the first thing I saw. And look, there's definitely something here. It's moody, kind of dramatic, but it's also just informational. It shows you the castle, it shows you the weather, but it doesn't quite hit the mark on what it felt like to be there. The heaviness of the day, how quiet the place was. There was barely anyone around other than my friend and I, camera in one hand, umbrella in the other. And I knew I didn't have it yet, but I didn't know what it was. So I just did what I usually do when I'm not sure. I started wandering around the grounds and getting curious. I started by just backing up a bit and took a couple more angles of the castle, but nothing was really clicking. So I just stopped looking at the castle altogether and let my attention drift toward other things. I started noticing the ground, the leaves in the water, the wet bamboo, all the other little structures layered in between the gardens, all the little pieces that made up the castle grounds, and just how quiet everything really was. Not because I had some grand plan. I didn't. I genuinely had no idea what the shot was at this point. I wanted a shot of the castle, but the how still eluded me. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The wandering continued for a while until I made my way all the way out to this little hut at the edge of the grounds. And when I spun around to look back at the view, everything I'd been photographing separately was suddenly layered. The trees, the structures, the castle in the distance. From this point of view, all the little pieces weren't separate anymore. They were all part of the same frame now, but there was still too much going on, too much competing information. It's hard to define what's actually important in this frame. And that's when the idea came together. What if the castle wasn't the main subject? What if it was just context, like part of the atmosphere, secondary to something else? So I looked around and noticed this twisted tree right in the middle of the grounds and used it to hold everything together. It was a little matter of fact at first. I was too close to show the scale of the scene the way that I wanted. The composition didn't have any drama to it yet. So I backed up a bit more, zoomed in to emphasize the scale with compression. I got lower to the ground to bring those leaves in that I noticed, and let the foreground take over the shot. And that's when it finally made sense. The castle became secondary, and the tree held everything together, framed by the other structures. This made the castle appear ominous and imposing, and with this gnarled tree and the rain and the fog, this is the shot that brings everything together. So here's what I want you to see. Same place, 30 minutes apart, but they're completely different photographs. And the difference isn't really about where I was standing, though yes, that does matter. It's about the perspective that I was taking. And that perspective would have never happened without that first 25 minutes of me wandering around looking at other things. Your first photo almost always shows what you came to see. It's the obvious thing, the landmark, the subject that you had in mind. But if you stay, and if you let yourself stop looking for that thing, hunting one specific photo, you might start seeing something else. The atmosphere, the feeling, the whole environment, the stuff that you can't totally plan for. I know the castle wasn't going anywhere, but think about it. When's the last time you hit the streets of a new city and your very first frame was the best one from the entire session? I dabble in street photography too, and it doesn't really go that way very often. At least for me. Even when you're shooting moments that only last 2 seconds, it still takes time to understand the place first. There's a warm-up period to get a sense of the environment and take everything in and really realize what the city has to offer and what it wants to show you. And that's what changes when you stick around. I like to approach things with this idea of going deep instead of going wide. Spending time observing the place, taking it in, and letting it show you what it wants to show you. Everything it has to offer and all the little details you don't notice right away. So the next time you're out shooting, I encourage you to deviate a little bit from what you initially had in mind. Because sometimes it's what you see when you're not trying to follow the plan that really brings the best shot together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.